Okay, so I'm gonna make this second video because it's really bothering my spirit. You know, when you get to a point that you get tired, you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of seeing misuse and abuse, there comes a point in your life you have to speak up. And so I've been writing letters about some of these issues that's been going on in the Austin community. And so today I decide to speak it verbally. So 501 North Central, which is run by SRHAC, it's a single room housing service, SROs, which is the person who owns SRHAC is Eric Reubenstein. So about, I think 6 or 7 years ago, you know, the YMCA in the 37th Ward decided they wanted to close shop. And we as a community, before I left from the community, was not made aware that the YMCA was closing. So everybody got together, we had a meeting and expressed our concerns about the closing of the YMCA at 501 North Central. Only to learn that the alderman, who is the alderman today, Emma Mitz, gave the building to Eric Reubenstein for SRHAC for $1. Which is very surprising to me that you would give a building to somebody who has no input, whatever, in the community. So he got the building for $1. And so some of the ministers got together and they pushed to get the other side to open up for the community. Well, that minister was Robbie Wilkinson, which we all know what happened with him. And so it was supposed to be some capital improvements. It is a decent building, but the building does need some work put into it. And it has a pool, which the pool has not been active for a minute. It has rooms in there, you know, that's really viable. You can do a lot of things in that building for the community. Well, no improvement has happened. And a couple of years ago, before I left, the city of Chicago let him house a homeless program on the 4th floor. Now, mind you, there is not a working kitchen downstairs in the basement. No working kitchen whatsoever. Mind you that mothers with children, strollers, there is no elevators. So you have kids and mothers walking upstairs with strollers, groceries, and everything else. So the rooms were set up to pack as many people in the rooms as they could. So here is my issue with this thing right here. Here is this man who has the 501 North Central with a homeless shelter on the 4th floor. Other mixed individual living on the other floors. So there is no security. The staff that he had, Carlos and the security, the good people that clean, Maurice and Fred and Wayne, those were his good team. He got rid of them because they wouldn't go along with the things he wanted to do. Okay? So now let's bring it to present day with 501 North Central. The basement has been flooded since he's been in there. And everybody who knew how to take care of the basement, he let go. It's only one individual in that building that can take care of any flooding. Here's the problem. It's so much stuff down there. Who knows what kind of mold, mildew is in that basement. Next, the windows in that building is not secure enough for anybody to live in, especially with kids right up and down the building. The cameras has not worked in 8 months. Not one camera in that building works. The next issue is there are kids that's in the homeless facility that's in and out the building, running in and out. There is nobody on the floor of the homeless shelter that monitors, that makes sure that those children are in with their parents. There is no accountability. There is no security. There is no safety whatsoever. Here is my question. If the city has decided to fund this facility with the homeless shelter, who come back and do all the checking? See, this is where my problem comes in at. See, you all give money to organizations and you don't follow up on the money, and you don't follow up on the functionality of the organization, making sure that the needs are being met, making sure there is safety. You don't do none of that. Last week, the second floor, a pipe burst from one end of the building to the next. It was water everywhere. Offices downstairs on the race side was flooded. Week before that, it was no water. Again, you have a homeless shelter on the 4th floor. You have residents that you're collecting money for each room, and there is no water. Yesterday in that building, there was no water again. Toilets didn't work, and again, there was no heat. It was 27 degrees outside, and there was no heat. There was a fire 3 weeks ago, and the pictures that I seen looked like it was electrical. There have been pictures, there have been conversation of other things that has happened on the 4th floor. So I'm trying to figure out who in the city of Chicago would approve, alderman, state's representative, whoever would approve a man running a building that is not up to par, that is not livable for anybody. The bathrooms are horrible. They're horrible. There is no cameras, no security. I watch kids walk in out that building late at night with not an adult supervision in the homeless shelter. Who checked the kitchen downstairs to make sure the kitchen was up to par to feed the residents? I'm not understanding. I'm not. You all sit in these offices. You give approval for programming and all this stuff. And nobody never check up on the organizations who you give the money to make sure the money is used the way it should be. Anybody who owns a building or running a building that's housing individuals, you all should make sure the building is safe, the building is secure, the building is functional, the building is up to code. Matter of fact, yesterday when I walked past the building, 2 windows have fell out of the common area. Come on now. You giving this grant money. This man got $1 million for a homeless program. $1 million. Where is this money going? Why is he not mandated? And why is he still running a building that is out of code? Check the basement. It pisses me off to know that you all allow this to happen. And it doesn't make sense. And I'm going to start back writing. I got people that has pictures about the basement. People with pictures about the burnt room that another resident went in and saved his life. There are no fire drills, no fire inspections, and you all are okay. And it only happened in our communities. And it pisses me off that it only happened in our communities. You all allow a lot of things to happen in our community that you would never allow to happen up north or downtown. And it needs to stop.